Nature rewards those in accordance with her laws. If we observe how animals operate in their kingdom, even the most apex of predators seek to wean out the weakest. Often we'll see lions fighting with other lions for dominion over a pride, right? A young buck might come up and challenge an old, experienced lion to have the mating rights. And this is something I was thinking about recently with regards to how frivolously we spend our seed as men in this society. And if you just frequent the Semen Retention Reddit posts, you'll see testimonies of guys saying the amount of unfortunate circumstances that befell them due to the fact that they released their seed, or that they've been releasing their seed frequently. It's rather intriguing with regards to how sometimes one might feel extremely lethargic after you feel extremely weakened after you release, and especially if it's with somebody that you really don't have any intimacy, like proper intimacy with, if it's not a long-term partner. And so people often say, oh well, I had bad luck and just things just didn't seem to work out for me. People seemed repulsed by me. The magnetic pull I had on retention no longer exists. And this could be the what I like to call the supercomputer of the universe saying, look, you're operating out of sync with the programming. Keep in mind that those in accordance with the law, those in accordance with the coding, I will make sure that you prosper. And so looking at animals and essentially mating rights, how long a period do, let's say, lions and wolves, apex predators and animals in general go without spending their seed? All of their energy, unbeknownst to them, is solely focused on finding the next meal. A lion and a tiger, when especially hungry, all of that force is going into making sure they can survive, making sure that they can find provisions for their group of individuals. You notice when they get food, when they get sex, they fight extremely hard for it. They literally fight tooth and nail to the death to get these mating rights. So of course we are superior to animals in the intellectual capacity, not the physical capacity. And so having this level of consciousness with regards to the detrimental effects of seed expulsion, we should take from the animal kingdom and apply the same principle with regards to saying, look, I only will expel and release my seed for the purpose of procreation. And if I am feeling a sense of, okay, experimentation, I will engage in sex, but there's no seminal release. And I operate on those two principles: sex for the purpose of recreation, and sex and not releasing my seed when I do choose to have sex. So if we act in accordance with this law, nature, the supercomputer, says, well, this program inside the ecosystem is working in tandem with what's been coded into reality. Therefore, I'm going to provide more prosperous synchronicities for said individuals who abstain longer and understand the true power and the true purpose of the semen, the life force. Therefore, I will put them in a position whereby they can really prosper and they can complement nature, they can complement the universe and add value to it via, let's say, happenstance. You meet somebody who connects you and puts you into a position to earn significantly more financially, right? You often gain insights on retention, a higher creational vibrancy, right? You are far more in tune and in sync with yourself. Often you are able to tap into this infinite wellspring of creativity. I've often gone into not trance-like states, but states where I'm able to pull from some almost ethereal substance and divine ideas come to me. Divine thoughts come to me. I'm sure some of you can attest to this when a thought or just some level of creativity with regards to it comes to you, like, wow, it gives you goosebumps. And you know in your heart of hearts that this idea or this thought, it's profound. You get some profound insight, and you work on bringing that into material fruition. So being in sync, respecting nature's law is what semen retention is. And we can all attest to having a greater amount of luck, more abundance, right? We connect far more with people. People are just drawn to you, right? And you feel this warmth inside of you. It's an indescribable feeling, right? There's this bliss about just going to the park, just sitting down, and it's almost like a fuzzy feeling that takes over your body. And so nature is understanding that, okay, well, you respect my law, and as a result, I'm going to have to push you to the forefront of success because I want you to add more. So I'm going to give you the resources to allow you to add more to this system. Again, keep this in mind, guys. Look at animals and look at how detrimental it is when animals, I think bees and wasps, after intercourse, they die. Their stinger is completely ripped off. After spiders, the male spider mates with the female, she consumes him because his purpose has been reached, has been fulfilled. And so many young men are operating out of sync, and it's no wonder why fortune doesn't favor them, or fortune seems to come in happenstance ways. It's never consistent enough. But what you notice on retention is things like a domino effect seem to positively just fall into place one after the other. One thing spirals into another good thing and another good thing, and this chain continues to develop and it gains momentum. Think about this. For those of you who are on extended SR periods, you will notice there are some days where you just get more attention and attraction from the opposite sex. And I've noticed that after, especially, it will be something very out of the ordinary. Like, okay, yeah, people will turn heads, and you'll be driving in your car and somebody across the street will just look at you, and you look, and then your eyes lock. And you have this almost extraordinary, like, magnetic day or couple of days, and everything seems to be just going supremely your way. I like to think that it's the universe testing you to see if you're actually in the right position, or if you're ready to take on the responsibilities of that next level of, let's say, abundance that it's ready to provide for you. And maybe we get, or during those periods where the magneticism is extraordinarily high, we give in and say, man, we get too much into our ego and say, man, okay, man, I've been talking to this girl. She's showing me a lot of attention. The attraction signs are there. This is, unexpected, even for the depth that I'm, on, or the depth that I'm at right now with regards to SR, and you give in to lust. So you failed the universe's tests. This is how I've seen it work for me, with this level of magneticism. It's just everything, it seems to be, you're far more aware, you're far more sensitive to the movements in and around you in society. You're far more percipient, far more magnetic, and people respond to you much more positively. And this is what I understand as the universe testing me to see, well, okay, you've come this far. Let me throw out a test to see, are you over lust? Do you have a certain level of dominion over lust? Because I'm going to put more on your plate. And if you pass this test, well, this is what awaits you on the other side. So keep an eye out for these tests. They're not always going to come in the form that I've just explained. They might come in another form. But usually we know when SR comes in the form of lust, and it will be the stereotypical the femme fatale, I like to say, giving us attention, engaging with us in ways that, wow, man, this is, I mean, okay, I mean, I'm that guy on retention, but this is even me, this for me, this is unexpected. We might give in, we fail the test, and we're back to square one. So just some ruminations I've been having about this aspect of nature and us operating within nature's laws and us being blessed by the overarching system. Okay, so let's work in tandem with it. This is the divine elixir, and we should transmute that for greater purposes, purposes that stem beyond ourselves, beyond the physical. Don't count the days, make the days count. Until next time.